Right, welcome back, guys. We started looking at the nth term last lesson, okay, and we're going to carry on with that. Now, last lesson, we looked at when we've got a sequence to find the nth term of that sequence. Today, we're going to look at the opposite now. We're going to look at when we've been given the nth term, what is the sequence? If you're not entirely sure on, or if there's still some gaps, feel free to look back at what we did last lesson, have a quick practice of that, and then maybe that will help you to come back to this then. Okay, so on the board I've given you 4 nth terms, and we're going to find the sequence for each one. So the first one, 2n plus 1. Now this n, okay, just means term number. Okay. Now we're going to find the first 3 terms in each sequence. Now it could be the first 3 in your test. It could be the first 5. It will vary. You need to read the question to find out how many numbers you need to get in a sequence. So for the first term in the sequence, okay, first term, okay, n always equals 1. Okay, now 2n means 2 times 1. So we're going to have 2 times by 1 plus 1. Okay, for the first term in the sequence. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Okay, for the second term in the sequence, the second number in the sequence, okay, n is 2. So we're going to do 2 times by 2 plus 1. 2 times 2 is 4, add 1 is 5. Okay, third term, okay, guess what n is going to equal, okay? For the first term, n equals 1. For the second term, n equals 2. For the third term, n equals 3. So we're going to do 2 times by 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7, okay? 2n, this bit here, means 2 times by n. If we don't have, okay, a sign in the middle of them, if we just have a number and then a letter, that means that you do the number times by the letter, which is why I've done 2 times 1 for the first term, 2 times 2 for the second term, 2 times 3 for the third term. Okay, let's have a look at the next one then. Okay, so we're finding the first 3 numbers. Okay, so for first term, okay, first term, n equals what? Okay, look at here, n equaled 1 there for the first term. For this one, for the first term, n equals 1 as well. Okay, so 6 times by 1 plus 5. What's 6 times 1? 6 plus 5 equals 11. So, okay, second term. Okay, what did we say for the second term? N equals what? N equals 2. So you're going to do 6 times by 2 plus 5, okay? 6 times 2 is 12, plus 5, 17. Third term. Okay, for the third term, okay, n will equal what? Okay, look at the pattern. First term, 1. Second term, 2. Third term, 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 5 equals 23. Now what you need to do when you finish, and we didn't actually do it on this one, so we'll go back and change that in a second. Let's write out the sequence as it needs to be. Okay, finish the question by answering it. Okay, not 3 there, it needs to be 23. Here, the sequence was 3, 5, 7. Remember to actually answer the question. Okay, here, again, first 3 terms. So for the first term, is 3 times by 1 minus 2. Now, no matter how many numbers you need, okay, if you need the first 5 terms, for example, your gaps are always going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. So if it asks you for the 10th term, you're going to substitute 10 in. Okay, if it asks you for the 75th term, you're going to substitute 75. Okay, that never changes. Okay, so first term, 3 times 1 is 3. Be careful now, it's minus 2, so it equals 1. Second term, okay, would be 3 times by 2 minus 2, which is 4. And then the third term, okay, it would be 3 times by 3 minus 2, which is 7. Remember to write out the sequence to finish off the question. Okay, so as you can see, it's never changing. The method doesn't change, the numbers do. The sequence will be different depending on what your numbers are as well. This one's a bit of a trick question now, okay, but the method is exactly the same. Okay, first term, okay, is minus 4, okay, times 1. What's minus 4 times 1? It's minus 4 minus 1, which is minus 5. Okay, second term, okay, we have minus 4 times 2, minus 1. So minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. Minus 1 is minus 9. And then for your third term, okay, you have minus 4 times by 3, minus 1, which is minus 13. So as you can see on these, okay, the steps never change, the numbers do. So here, we go always find the first, second and third term, okay? Substitute n equals 1. Well, what I mean by that is we've got 2 times n, because 2n is 2 times n. Wherever you see an n, we're going to take it out and we're going to put a 1 in its place. So we have 2 times 1 plus 1. For the second term, we're going to take n out and we're going to put 2 in. Okay, so 2 times 2 plus 1. For the third term, you're going to take n out and we're going to put 3 in. And that's going to be the same for each one of these. Okay, I'm going to give you a worksheet to do on this because I think that is going to be helpful. It's going to be a lot of practice and a lot of repetition. If you have a massive issue, please, please, please feel free to email me and we'll sort it out. Okay, if you've got any questions, as I said, let me know. Otherwise, have a good day, guys. Okay.